Today I'm donating blood for the first time in my life. The only other time that I've given blood was for a blood test when I was like 14 and I cried. I've wanted to get over this fear for a while. I don't know if I'll get over the fear, but I'm definitely gonna face the fear. And my mom's here to support me morally through this experience. We're here, I'm a little late, so I hope it all works out still. Here we go, here we go. Where does this go? This way? I'm waiting and not as nervous as I thought I'd be. I drank so much water before this. Ugh. It's all good. I might cry. I just donated blood for the first time in my life. And it went pretty good. I did get a little warm at the end. It was a lot of blood. It was like a big meal for a vampire. It was like my mason jar full. I had the best person. We'll just call him Mark. I told him that I was a little nervous and he said, let me back up. First of all, I walked in, they had me sit down, and while I was sitting down I answered a bunch of like really weird and personal questions on a website. And then Mark came over and called my name, and then I went over to a computer with him. I'm drinking grape juice, pomegranate juice, a little bit of apple cider vinegar, a little bit of aloe vera juice because it looks a little bit like blood and I need to replenish my blood, so that's what I was going for. I told him I was a little nervous and he said that if my pulse was too high that I wouldn't be able to do it. Like, okay, I'll try to calm down. And he asked me a bunch of questions like if I've been out of the country and blah 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 blah. I'm feeling more normal already. He pricked my finger to see if my hemoglobin levels were high enough to take blood, which I don't know what a hemoglobin is, but it sounds like it could be a band. Hemoglobin levels. I'm gonna start a band called the Hemoglobin Levels. And if everybody's not excited enough, then we won't be able to perform. He like prepped everything and we were chatting. I said, what kind of education do you do for this? And I said, were you apprenticed to a vampire? And he said, we'll just call this place the hardware store. I worked at the hardware store. But then he told me that he's been doing this for 5 years, so. And then he was like, if you don't want to look, this is the time to look away. And I was like, okay, I'll look away. And then he's like, do you want me to count down or something? And as he was saying that, he put the needle in my arm. I was just like, whoa. And I was like, you're really good at this, Mark. And then I just kind of sat there. And it took me a while to like look at my arm and see all the blood that was coming out of it. And I was supposed to squeeze this thing like every 5 seconds. And then this lady was like, are you squeezing every 5 seconds? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, let me just turn up your, they had like a cuff on my arm. She like increased the pressure here. And then I felt like a lot more pressure on my arm. And I kept squeezing like every 5 seconds. They told me that I was done and it was like this little ding ding sound then when I was done. And I started to get a little nervous. Like I was like, I'm nervous that when they take it out part, I don't know why. Trying to stay calm and everything. I started to get a little warm and like flushed, and this lady came over and she was like, are you warm? And I was like, a little bit. And she's like, just take off your mask and keep it off the rest of the time. And I was like, okay. I guess that's like a symptom of like maybe passing out. And I was like, I think I'm just more nervous because this is the first time I've donated blood. And so she laid me back down and I just laid there and she's like, just take it easy. She took it out and everything. And I like looked at my blood and I was like, and then I had to look away. And then she's like, are you feeling okay? I was like, yeah, I just can't look at my blood. I can't do the blood thing. And I was like, are you comfortable with blood or did you get comfortable with blood? She's like, I used to donate every 2 months. And I was like, you're a brave person. I don't think I could do this every 2 months. After that, I was like, this might be the last time. This might be the first and the last time I ever donate blood. And then she told me that thing about laying on the ground if I feel hot and not to lift heavy things. And that was it. And then I left and she said, take it easy. And I said, I think that I can walk out now. So anyway, that was my first ever experience of donating blood in this lifetime. And you know what? I'm really glad I did it, especially right now. They said that they've caught up with their blood supply here, which was really good. Hopefully a vampire doesn't break in anywhere and like take blood supply. Donate.